Do you know what this is? This is a, well, movie prop is pushing it a bit far, but if you'd seen this film at all, Dunkirk, that's one of the leaflets you see at the start being dropped to try and reduce the morale of the British troops. It's not totally accurate to the actual ones at the time, but it's pretty good. Anyway, Dunkirk, that's where it came in. Dunkirk. Good movie, worth a watch. Now, why are we mentioning Dunkirk at this moment in time? Well, there's a flying sequence in here that principally involves two types of plane, the British Spitfire and the German Messerschmitt. And for a while now, I've been wondering about these particular Airfix kits, namely these. German Messerschmitt and the British Spitfire. Now, I remember these being launched, thinking, oh, that's nice, good for beginners. I wonder what they're actually like. Well, I've got two now, so we're going to find out together. So, let's find out what they're like. And, ta-da! Get rid of the props. Right, so what we got inside? We have a bag of bits. We have a sticker sheet, and wedged in there, I am assuming we have a manual. And yes, it's a manual. Oh, here's a manual, but it's a A3 twice folded sheet of paper with little pictograms on how to build. Part of me is thinking, due to the nature of it, it might be more fun trying to build it without the manual, but we'll see how we get on. Well, that's the actual plane assembled. It's quite straightforward to put together. The instructions did take some staring at occasionally, as you try to work out which of the particular green or brown lumps is you're trying to piece out of the box next. When it's assembled, it's fairly sturdy. The wing sections, especially the second wing, was a bit sort of, this is going to fall apart on my hands as I was assembling it. The first things to note, there was one spare part left over, an extra little stud, which incidentally would have fell on the floor at the start, so wasted my time picking it up. The stand is of the classic design of having the sweep, as it were. The actual post, that was hard to put together, really hard. The actual build only builds this one version of the plane, which means that your undercarriage is up. Noticing that the rear wheel is obviously part and parcel of the actual end of the fuselage. Well, there you go. The propeller spins. The pilot looks surprisingly like a column in there, because he is a column. And you've also got this set of transparent stickers. Now, putting those on here will obviously render it impossible to take apart. So what I'm going to do at the moment now is look up to find if I can find some decals for this, which are thinner. It'll be also interesting to find out exactly what scale this is, because the one bit of information that's not on the box. Right, we've now got the ruler. So let's see, let's take a measurement that's easy to find out from. So according to this, we are, stay still, stuck on 0, so in the region of, this is tricky, 26.5 centimetres. 26.5 centimetres. Now, referring to the box, which we do have over here, we have a wingspan of 11.23 meters. Yeah, 11.23 meters. So, quick calculation time. So, taking the width on the ruler and the width of the actual plane of the box, it comes out as 42.377 according to the calculator on the phone. Now then, 1/43 is a scale that you do see, usually for cars. So it's, well, the closest I'm going to find is 1/43. So I will have to try and endeavour to see if I can find some decals for this at that scale. But obviously, it needs a friend. So, more time lapse. Well, we built it. Lift up so you can see it. Ta-da! And the bomb. There's the bomb. Now, again, it's quite entertaining to build. It was actually, strangely enough, harder. Mostly due to the fact that the pieces of the main fuselage are the same colour. You haven't got the camouflage brown and green of the Spitfire, which kind of leads you. You got this sort of eggshell sky blue taking place. Here. Propeller spins, as you expect. It's nice and solid. Being a uniform colour means that it does actually feel much more solid than the Spitfire. The curiosity is, apart from again having the spare stud, is you've milled this, you stick it on the bottom, so a locating pin and a key lock feet so you can get the right way round. Again, undercarriage is up. But it covers the stand position, which is that. Again, it's the same stand you saw with the Spitfire. The two pieces slip together, and they're quite tough. So the stand fits into there. No matter which way we put it, there's a bit of an existence of problem here, but you can't put both in at the same time. So, it flies out like this, it flies back like that, this thing rolls off the table, and we put it on the stand, like that. So, what do I think of these two? So, I'll pick the other one up, I'll figure out where I put it. Of the two, the Messerschmitt is a much more solid build. I'm going to say it was slightly harder. This is obviously a classic, wonderful shape, wind shape, and fits on the stand without modification, unlike its opponent. So they are of a comparative scale, though I can't guarantee they're identically scaled to each other. Like that. Oh, so there you go. One classic Spitfire, one Messerschmitt in its later colour scheme with the yellow nose cone. They're satisfactory toys to build, or if somebody really wants to try building a model kit and didn't know what they were doing and you wouldn't trust them with glue, this is definitely a way forward. So yes, if you have got somebody you wish to, say they've got a birthday or a National Day celebration, that you want to give them something that allows them to pass a couple of hours and ultimately give you something you can go, let's be truthful, with, you can't go far wrong with this. They're also nice and light, so if they chuck across the room, it ain't going to break your, hopefully it won't break your TV. As a beginner's kit, well, it's a question mark if you call it an actual model kit or not. It is a model and it's made of parts, so it is essentially a kit, but not the kit in the traditional sense. So there are plus and minuses with that, i.e. no glue, and certainly no paint all over the cat. So yeah, alright, Admittedly, we haven't put the stickers on, because I must admit I hate doing that. And I'm going to see if I can find some decals of the right scale to see what they look like. Though that gives you another problem with them, because they would obviously go over construction build points, so you have to be committed to it being staying as it is. Yeah, it's a kit of sorts, and that's all you can say about them, really. If you know someone you like one, they'll like them. What more can you ask for?